Alright, welcome to the unboxing of my new digger from China. Now the box was pretty big, so it only just fit onto the Iveco flat deck. And there was a second box, which rather than doing a second trip all the way into town, I already unboxed. And that had, looks like a 1 meter tilting bucket, a rake and a grab. So I managed to get them out of the box, slip them beside the big box and tie the whole lot down. So there it is, taking up so much space on the truck. I've just been working on taking the lid, unfastening the lid, because there's a whole lot of stuff dumped on top of it in the container, and it's pushed the lid down. And there's a piece of plastic sticking out, and that turns out to be one of the controls for the digger itself. So I'll climb up and show you that. It doesn't appear to be damaged, but won't know until I get the lid right off this box. So here we are, it's a long way up. And this is what the lid looked like. It was attached on the side there, but only just, because this whole top had been collapsed over the top of one of the pilot controls. So now I'm waiting on my wife to get home from work, so she can take over the video camera and I pull the lid off and see what's inside. So let's hope it's all good. So we're a long way up on top of the truck. The plan is I'm going to unbox it on the truck, check it out, see what it needs. Hopefully it needs nothing. Get everything off. I've got some ramps, so I'll bring them up and I'll track the weed machine off. It's a 1.8 tonne from China, came from Minyang, Shandong. It's a bit of a mouthful, and I don't think there's any labelling on it, but I may add some later. Okay, so this is part one. I'll go to part two soon once my wife gets home. And it's not very good weather at the moment, it's drizzly. Otherwise you'd be able to see right out to Kiritani. You can see north, but it's very hazy. Good view from up here. But yeah. So this is us, our little block. And there's my other digger up there, the O&K. Alright, that's the end of part one. Right, there is our engine. It's a Chinese diesel, but that's fine. Now, I've just had a look in here, and this is how much oil is in the engine. Check this out. I don't know if you can see that. It's right on the minimum, I would say. But it seems like normal engine oil, so that's all good. So I'll when I run it, I'll run it for a short time and then do an engine oil change. The air filter, or I should say the exhaust, is all wrapped up with heat stuff. Should keep it a bit cooler in here. Air cleaners over this side. It's all good. Now this door wasn't actually closed. Didn't quite line up, so it must have dropped. There we go. So I need to do something with that, tidy that up. Probably needs some adjustment here, just tighten that up a bit. Switch hands. This is where part of the cab bolts on here. Very flimsy wee seat belt, but better than nothing, I think. Okay, and around here, this is awkward. That's the hydraulic fluid, which I've just checked, and I can just get my finger into it, and it seems like normal hydraulic fluid, so not egg-based or fish oil or whatever. And the diesel tank, awkward to get at, but it appears dry. Don't know if you can see down inside there. She's pretty dry, but that's to be expected from shipping. Empty it before it goes on the boat. So I'll throw some diesel in. Now up here, oh yeah, so anyway, what we've got over here, all this stuff, you can just see all the crap on top. This is because the top collapsed. Didn't help with having a whole lot of stuff on it in shipping. That wasn't my supplier's fault, it was some other stuff. So down here I've got a Chubb's thumb mounted already. I got there's a bucket on already, and that is a rotating bucket mount. I've also got a pick, a narrow bucket, a V-shaped bucket for ditching, a sieve, and there's a 800mm tilting bucket. Over there under that cover, where are we? Can't even see it. Over there under that cover I've got a 1 metre bucket, also a tilt, a rake, and something else. What's the other? Oh, and the other thing is a log pickup. It doesn't have a hydraulic mount on it, but it just uses some sort of kinetic grab or something like that. As you pick it up, it just grabs itself. Alright, so that's all go here. I'll climb up on top. I'll show you the electrics. Okay, so we've got a reasonably padded looking seat. There's a hole in the seat where the top was wearing through there and on the back. But here we've got our pilot controls. The roof of the box was down to here, so this is sticking up through the top of the box. It doesn't appear to be damaged, but I won't know until I try it. Okay, so we've got some buttons and things, some controls. Okay, that's obviously throttle, lights, something to lock, I'm not sure what. Oh, that'll be to lock this side swing, possibly, and an hour meter and everything. And if I turn the power on, down here is the main switch. That's the power. So if if I turn this on, that is now lighting up, and it's saying 2.2 hours. The battery is almost, well, half charged, half flat, depending on your point of view. And that on the left, I assume it says C, so one would think that's a temperature. Oh yeah, they expect it to be a fuel gauge, but I don't know. Then you got glow plugs, some sort of engine thing, battery, and not sure what that one is either. You might turn that off. I don't know what this is for. One would think it's on a pull. Maybe a primer? Hard to know. Can't be a choke, it's a diesel, so maybe it's a primer. Okay, so they've given us a little padded anti-slip mat, and we got normal controls here, which is a little bit loose, but we'll see, and the foot controls. Okay, and as you can see, there's wood chips all around the place, everywhere, because it was collapsed on the roof of the box. So that's pretty rough shipping on the part of whoever threw piles of stuff on top of it. And I've got photos of that inside the container from the shipping agent when it arrived in Littleton. Okay, I'll turn you off now and get back to you shortly. Well, here we are back for a moment before the battery runs out. I've worked out the lever up on top on the instrument cluster, or the pull thing, is not actually a primer. That's the primer for the diesel right there, so you pump that up and down. I've overfilled the diesel tank, made a bit of a spillage, so it took nearly 10 litres. And the battery compartment, I was looking for that. I had to undo a bolt here to wind this back, and that's just the radiator. It needs a bit more fluid in it. The battery is down here, so to get at that, it looks like you've got to take this plate rod off, which is a bit of a pest because there's controls you've got to take off as well. But that's not too bad. So I'll put this back here. Not very good. It's got a nice solid cast counterweight on the back, which is great. And if I go back up here, I've got the mat off at the moment because I was looking to see what bolts where. Okay, so up on the controls, to turn the engine off, you pull that up. So to start, it should start. I'll turn the power on. I ran it just a few seconds ago. it's all set. Now I just have to hook it onto the battery, and we've got a permanent way of charging it or jump starting it if we need to, or we can even run power from it if we want to. Alright, I'll hook it onto the battery now. Alright, so now we've got that we've got an Anderson plug wired in, and I've also put a couple of bits of ice cream lid to stop some chafing. That looked fairly obvious. Everything else didn't look too bad. I think everything else is alright. It's hard to see down the bottom there, but because there's a hell of a lot of hoses. Anyway, that should do for now.